A critical skill that founders and startups need is estimating accurately. But this is a huge area where most people struggle. Think of all the estimates you need every single day as a founder running a startup. When will the next product version be out? What do our quarterly and yearly sales forecasts look like? How many people should we hire and when? And how much should we even raise? The list of what you need to estimate is nearly endless. And if you can't accurately estimate, you're going to be way off in so many things. And newsflash, you're almost always going to underestimate, be overly optimistic, and not overestimate. Getting estimates wrong can have devastating consequences to you, your startup, and your credibility. So, how do you fix this? How do you dramatically increase your ability to consistently deliver more accurate estimates? Let me introduce you to your new best friend, confidence-based estimating, or CBE, a straightforward technique that's easy to put into action. With confidence-based estimating, whenever you make an estimate, I want you to get into the habit of thinking about the confidence level expressed as a percentage in your estimate. Now, before I go further, let me give you a concrete example of what I mean by confidence level and the psychological impact. So let's talk about the weather. If I told you that my estimate of the weather tomorrow, let's just call that a weather forecast, is that it's going to rain, you would think, okay, it's going to rain. But then if I told you there's a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, also called the probability of precipitation or POP, you may think very differently about my forecast. And then if I told you there's a 25 to 30% chance of rain tomorrow, well, that's a completely different kettle of fish. I just went from it's going to rain tomorrow to there's a 25 to 30% chance of rain. And now you would probably leave your house and not even bring your umbrella or rain jacket. So you not only heard the forecast, but also my level of confidence, which has a very strong influence on what you think and do. So let's go from talking about the weather back to talking about startups. Here's what I want you to try. Next time you're working with, for example, your product engineering team, and they give you an estimate of when something will be done, for example, we think the next release will get out in about 2 weeks, immediately ask them, what's your level of confidence on a scale of 0 to 100% that you'll fully deliver that functionality in 2 weeks? And figure 95% like you're betting your paycheck on it. Wait for the slight pause, and then most likely you'll hear a confidence level of around 60 to 80%. Take a breath. Then I want you to follow that answer with, okay, so what's your forecast with a 95% level of confidence? And wait for that answer. But brace yourself. Get ready for the next answer to go up by 50 to 100%. And there's a chance someone will say, I can't give you a higher level of confidence. I can't be that sure. That's okay. Just realize that you'll need to take their estimate with a grain of salt, as there's a good chance it's not going to be accurate. Think about that. When you first asked, when will it be done, you meant done. You didn't ask for a 70 to 80% level of confidence. And now when you ask for realsies with a high level of confidence, when will it be done? You get an estimate that's usually much, much bigger. I want you to pause and think for a moment about this. Have you ever noticed that most things often take twice as long and cost twice as much, and everyone is surprised? You know why? Because most people are very poor at estimating, and no one is challenging them to think critically about their estimate. So really, should anyone be truly surprised? Okay, so let's keep going on this CBE thinking and hit another level of detail that you can add to this estimation process. As you ask for more accurate estimates with higher levels of confidence, follow up with, at a 95% level of confidence question, with one more. What are the top assumptions you're making for your new estimate? Let's talk through an example. In a startup where you're building cloud software, you could hear people state assumptions like, well, at a 95% level of confidence, our top assumptions that we can get this done in 2 weeks are the following. The new outsourced design team delivers on time. The testing team with 2 new team members, they get the tests done on time. And the dev team doesn't have to do any firefighting of problems or bugs and can focus solely on working on the new release. Now take those assumptions and walk through them. Talk about if they're realistic or not. Each assumption represents a risk to delivering on time. Don't be afraid to challenge assumptions if you think they may be incorrect or possibly impact the accuracy of the estimate. For instance, from the above, you are fully expecting bugs to pop up, and the dev team may need to spend up to 25% of their time doing emergency hotfixes. So you should talk through that assumption, figure out how you can best manage it, and understand the realistic impact to the estimate. Before I add one more refinement to the CBE process, I want to revisit a few great places to use this technique. Think about how you can improve your ability to estimate around questions you're challenged with frequently. When's the next release going to be done? What's our sales forecast for the next month, quarter, or year? How many people should we hire and when? How much money should we raise? And when will that customer close or make the purchase? And how about when are we going to hit our goals? Every single one of these is an estimate where taking a CBE approach will yield huge dividends and much greater accuracy. Now, a few more refinements to the technique and thinking. When estimating, try to estimate in the small, not in the big. Instead of estimating an entire project, break it up into its smaller parts and estimate in the small. When you estimate in the small, you may also catch more granular assumptions you may have missed if you were only thinking about the project as a whole. As you bring the small estimates together and roll them up, don't be tempted to think that can't possibly be right. It can't take nearly that long or cost that much. Stick to the number. Next refinement, try to do team estimates where each team member creates estimates individually. Then bring the team together to discuss each estimate, including level of confidence and key assumptions. That way you can triangulate and get a more refined, accurate estimate. By the way, be careful when the team comes together. Often very divergent estimates and opinions will come out, so don't let people bully others about their estimates. Stay calm, stay critical, and go for accuracy. So that's it. That's confidence-based estimating. Super, super simple. Once you get an estimate, ask about the confidence level and push for an estimate at a 95% level of confidence. As you get estimates with higher levels of confidence, ask what top assumptions are being made. Try to create estimates at the smallest level. Remember, estimate in the small, not in the big. If working across a team, have each team member do their estimates independently and then bring everyone together to discuss. Do that and your estimating accuracy will go way, way up. By the way, one last point about estimating more accurately. Not only will your projects and company run more smoothly, but in the eyes of investors, you'll look like a rock star and have much greater credibility. You'll be known as an entrepreneur who delivers on what they say and when. In the comments, please let us know if you found this approach helpful. I'm 90% confident you will. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, please like and subscribe to both the Slidebean and Dream Adventures YouTube channels. We both release great startup content weekly. Thanks for watching.